Good morning, church, on this first Sunday of Lent. Because of the extreme cold last weekend, I was unable to come to the church office to prepare my Sunday homily. It only took a few seconds in the freezing air to leave me struggling for breath, and so I confined myself to our house. Thankfully, Father Anderson was a good companion and a good cook, so I did not want for anything essential. Like most of you, we were without electricity and water. I never realized what it would be like to go without a shower for days, and my heart goes out to homeless people who struggle without heat and water and all the necessities that a home provides. Why do we celebrate Lent? Years ago, I regularly played a young man in racquetball. We had competitive matches, but I always won. Then one time he invited me to a weekend racquetball tournament in Houston. Because of my church obligations, I could not go, so he went alone. When he returned, we continued our regular competition, and he won for the first time. And he won every game after that. I was never again able to beat him. What he learned about his game in the Houston tournament upped his performance. Now I realize Lent is like that. It is not a time to pile on the penance, but rather a time to take stock of where we are as committed Christians. The Lenten challenge is to help us grow in our calling to live the Christian life. "40 years after the death and resurrection of Jesus, the Jewish community had one temple where all went to offer sacrifice. The enclosed area covered 25 football fields. It was a magnificent structure. When the Romans destroyed the temple in the year 70, the community cried and said to their rabbis, "What are we to do now?" The rabbis said they could still pray and fast and give alms to the poor. I think we will not go far wrong if we heed the ancient advice and put it into practice this Lenten season. To pray. I suggest that we commit 10 minutes of prayer to God each day. One-on-one alone time with God, talking to Him or listening to Him. If we met the person with whom we felt we could make a lifetime partnership, we would be anxious to make some dates to develop the relationship. If we found ourselves cancelling the dates because we had more important things to do, we could then say that the relationship wasn't as important as we first thought. So what can be more important than the 10-minute commitment to God? To fast. One obvious fast is to give up something for Lent. When I was a boy, it meant giving up sweets. When Lent was over, I could pump my fist in the air because I had accomplished the feat. For some, the fast can be abstaining from food, and the added bonus of perhaps losing some weight. But there are other possible fasts. For example, we can commit to abstain from all gossip for Lent, either from telling gossip or listening to it. To give alms. Giving money to those who have needs greater than our own can be a great thing to help us broaden our horizon beyond ourselves. What impressed me during the last year of pandemic was the willingness of parishioners who came every Tuesday to hand out food to those in need. No questions were asked, just a simple smile and a gift of a bag load of groceries that could last a family for a week. We can give of our money, and that is a very good thing. But there are other types of giving. We can give of our time to our spouse, to our children, to our parents, to the elderly, to our neighbors. This Lenten season may be unlike any Lenten season in our past, but it can be one of the most fruitful if we use the time to come closer to God and each other. God bless you all.